Let's start the show this Monday with some absolutely dazzling news that we have coming in for you from Paris. As we told you just a second ago, Manu Bhaker has clinched the bronze medal at the 10-meter air pistol event on Sunday. She's become the first Indian woman shooter ever to claim an Olympic medal. Now, she's also opened the country's medal account at the Paris Games, which is why we're seeing so much excitement. She's also ended India's 12-year-long drought for a shooting medal. It's been 12 years since our country's contingent last won a medal of any kind in this category.
And it's been a long journey as well for the 22-year-old who has talked about how she returned disappointed, dejected and a bit sort of disenchanted with the sport after the Tokyo Games. Now, where she failed to make a mark. She didn't even look at her pistol for nearly 25 days, she says, and she's been open about her journey to get back on track, which started with reuniting with her very straight-talking coach, Jaspal Rana. And about 1,099 days after the Tokyo heartbreak, she reversed the nation's fortunes, fighting to get the score of 221.7, just behind Korea's candidate.
So we're of course here saluting our young woman. She's from Haryana. And this medal, because this medal is a testament to her sheer grit, of course, but also her openness around the mental health discussion. She's talked about it multiple times, the mental strength she's shown herself in the last few days. It's obviously a shot in the arm for India's contingent, but also for the entire nation. An incredible start to our week. Let's take a look at how she responded.
Honestly, the entire finals I was nervous in the entire finals. However, I knew that I have to hold myself together and I have to not try to do something that I don't do generally. So just go with the flow and just try your best and leave everything on the destiny, God, and whatever the outcome is. So I took it like that. And yes, nervousness almost every match we have. But the strongest is who wins. So many people from India, not only from India, like the people, Indians living in France, living in nearby areas also came to support for me, to support for India. And that really means a lot to me and I'm so thankful.
And of course, congratulations are pouring in. We obviously are congratulating Manu, but what did the Prime Minister have to say? The Prime Minister dialed her. Let's take a look.
नमस्ते, खूब अभिनंदन, आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सर। आप कैसे हैं?
मैं बहुत बढ़िया से। आप तो ये तुम्हारी सफलता का खबर सुनने के बाद और उत्साह और आनंद में हूँ।
जी, अच्छा कर रहे हैं हमारे खिलाड़ी यहाँ पे अभी।
आप स्वयं को वैसे .1 से आप सिल्वर आपका रह गया,
जी,
लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी आपने देश का नाम रोशन किया। आपको दो प्रकार की क्रेडिट मिल रही है। एक तो आप कहाँ से पदक लाई, लेकिन भारत की पहली महिला है जो इस खेल में मेडल लेके आई हो।
जी सर, हाँ जी, शुक्रिया सर।
मेरी तरफ से बहुत बहुत बधाई है। देखिए, टोक्यो ओलंपिक्स में राइफल ने तेरे साथ दगा कर दिया।
हाँ जी,
लेकिन इस बार तुमने सारी कमियों को पूरा कर दिया।
बिल्कुल सर। अभी और भी मैचेस हैं आगे, तो उनमें भी उम्मीद रहेगी कि अच्छा करूँ मैं।
मुझे पक्का विश्वास है आगे की मैचेस भी बहुत अच्छा करोगी आप, क्योंकि ये बिगिनिंग इतना अच्छा है, उसके कारण तुम्हारा उत्साह भी बढ़ेगा, आत्मविश्वास भी बढ़ेगा।
जी सर,
देश
बिल्कुल।
को भी उसका लाभ होगा।
बिल्कुल सर।
बाकी सब साथी एकदम प्रसन्न है, व्यवस्थाएं ठीक है सर वहाँ?
सब बहुत खुश हैं सर, और अभी नमस्ते भी कह रहे हैं आपको।
हमने भी कोशिश की है कि वहाँ जितना ज्यादा सुविधाएं मिले सब हमारे खिलाड़ियों को, खेल की दृष्टि से जो कंफर्ट चाहिए सब देने का प्रयास तो किया है।
अच्छा सर, अभी तो सब कुछ है हमारे पास, तो सारे प्रयास सफल रहे आपके, मुझे लगता है सब इजी है।
आप लोगों की मेहनत रंग लाने वाली है।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
हाँ जी, चलिए, तो घर पे बात हुई है रामकृष्ण जी से?
अभी तो नहीं हुई सर, शाम को घर जाके करूँगी, जब रूम पे जाएंगे तब बात होगी घर पे। हाँ जी।
तुम्हारे पापा को तो बहुत खुशी होगी क्योंकि उन्होंने तुम्हें बहुत प्रोत्साहित किया है।
बिल्कुल, माँ भी और पिताजी भी और भाई भी। जी
चलिए, मेरी तरफ से बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद है।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सर।
थैंक यू।
Bhaker has been sharpening her shooting ability since she was 13, 14, and congratulations continue to pour in. This is the International Olympic Committee member Neeta Ambani extending her heartfelt congratulations on the bronze medal win. We'll just tell you what she said.
In fact, she said, and I quote, what an incredible moment. Our youngest woman shooter has opened India's tally at the Paris Games with a bronze. Congratulations, she said, to Manu Bhaker as the first Indian woman to win in the 10-meter air pistol at the Olympics and our youngest Indian shooter to do so. You have made history. She goes on to say, I'm sure your success today will inspire young athletes across India to dream big and give it their all. Keep the Indian flag flying high. Go India, go, she says. Make us all proud. All right, and keeping up with all that action for today's events as well at the Paris Games, including a full detail on what all is coming up, we thought we'll give you a roundup, also tell you what timings to actually watch out for. Also, our colleague Sanjay Suri is there, making us all jealous, catching up all the action live. This is what he found.
Day 3 coming up at the Paris Olympics here, and India will be aiming for more success in shooting after that first Olympic medal for Manu Bhaker. Ramila Jandal will be playing in the women's 10-meter air rifle event, and Arjun Singh Babuta has a fair chance in the men's 10-meter air rifle event. These are the finals, so a potential medal day for India that we are all waiting for and hoping for. But lots more qualification shooting also on Monday in the men's trap event and the air pistol mixed team qualification, where Manu Bhaker will be back with Sarabjot Singh. And in the Kazanli archery, the men's team stands a good chance of winning the quarterfinal to set up a medal for later. The badminton players have been off to an excellent start, and now we have Lakshya Sen continuing after winning his first match, and then the Satwik and Chirag team looking to build on their earlier success. The women's doubles team will look to get back in after losing their first match. And certainly one to look out for will be the hockey, where India plays Argentina. India beat New Zealand earlier, so off to a winning start. Argentina will be a tough one now. India will have the advantage as always of a near home crowd. Tickets for India's hockey matches have been bought off substantially by Indians here, and absolutely raucous support as always for Indian players from Indian fans right here in Paris.
All right, so that's the tally over there. India at number 22, but we'll be tracking these developments every day to try and see how we hopefully move up that ladder. At the moment, USA leading the charts.
Right. In our contingent, athletics, shooting, these are the biggest representatives. But let's talk a little bit now about cricket for a second. Indian cricket legend, former head coach Rahul Dravid, gracing the inaugural India House as a part of a panel discussion on cricket's inclusion at the Paris Olympics. Remember, that's a huge change on Sunday. Now, we'll talk a little bit more about that, what he had to say, but he made the wish that cricket should also be included in the list of Olympics. Just take a look at this. This is my colleague Sanjay Suri, our colleague, reporting from Paris once again. Take a look.
The 2024 Paris Olympics have just begun, and the buzz has started already around the inclusion of that new sport in the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. Cricket, what else? Rahul Dravid joined the build-up towards that at an event here at India House in Paris.
Conversations in the dressing room. I mean, certainly in the dressing room, as people are talking, obviously you're talking about, oh, there's a 2026 World Cup, and there's a T20 World Cup in 2026, there's a 50-over World Cup in 2027, and then you hear people saying, hey, there's the Olympics in 2028. And so you're already hearing those kind of conversations, young people. I think teams are going to start building towards that, developing towards that, because there's no doubt about it. I think once you get to that event, it's going to be huge. People are going to want to win that gold medal.
There will be logistical challenges, of course, over cricket being played on the west coast of the US with audiences mostly in India, but really nothing stands between cricket and cricket fans.
I don't think starting at 10:30 to me honestly was a problem. I mean, we are in the entertainment business. We are in a business which has got to cater to the people who want to watch the sport.
Not the least in this new excitement is the rising involvement and interest in women's cricket.
I think women's cricket is already going forward. I don't really think it needs anything else. I think it's just fantastic to have both the men's and women's events now. It's probably like Jeff said. I think it's separated it at the ICC level, so the men and the women don't play together. But again, at the Olympics, I think it will be fantastic to have both the men and the women's event going on concurrently and at the same time as well.
All right, so that would be interesting, no? Cricket getting an Olympic tag and a race there, that would be quite exciting. But talking about Paris Games, talk about inspiration, and Simone Biles' name cannot be missed. Called the greatest gymnast to date, the same Simone Biles, you'll remember, who had a breakdown at the Olympics just 2 years ago and had brought the attention of the world on the mental health and what pressures of carrying massive expectations can really look like. Now, USA Simone is now back at the Games after her 2-year mental health break, only to break her own record and drive her country to the top of the tally yet again.
So let's just talk a little bit about what we saw out of her yesterday. Now, remember, she's one of the oldest gymnasts who's over there. She rose above ankle and calf niggles. There was pain there that she was talking about again and again. But once again, she stole the show in gymnastics. And mind you, she had an audience full of celebrities who'd actually flown down to see her perform. Simone limped at one point even after a dodgy landing during the all-around team championship qualifications. Then she crawled towards her teammates on her hands and knees till she found strength again inside, even though this is, remember we're telling you she had a niggling ankle and calf the entire time. You know, they talk about the glamour, the grandeur of all of these superhuman feats, but to get to see Simone do this again and again is, of course, really, really inspiring to watch.